Hi everyone, I want to share with you a video tutorial on how I made a card in a box that I did a little while ago, actually a fair while ago, which was the unicorn twin birthday cards that I made. Based on the card in the box idea that I showed earlier, which had a tall narrow box with some flowers out the top of it. I'll put a link to that post in that video tutorial, but when I made the twins birthday cards, I decided I wanted to use the card in the box idea, but I wanted to do a longer, thinner pop-up card for them. So I designed this box, and I have had heaps and heaps of inquiries about how to make this and what the dimensions were. I've been emailing people, decided it was easier if I just do a video tutorial to show everybody how I did it. So I'm going to do this one for you. Now it's basically designed so it lays flat and it fits in one of our standard C6 envelopes for us Aussie New Zealand demos. That's one of our normal envelopes. It sits flat in there. And the other good thing is that I've designed it so that you get two cards out of one A4 card base. And I'll show you how that comes together. So to make this box, what you actually need is a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/8 by 11 3/4. Now 11 3/4 is the length of our standard cardstock, and 4 1/8 is exactly half a sheet. So you can cut two card bases out of that. The additional pieces of cardstock you'll need another piece that sort of matches the base of your card, and that needs to be 1 inch by 5 1/4. You'll also then need some panels, pieces to decorate the panels. You will need two pieces. I've used Designer Series paper here that are 4 1/8 long by 1 3/8 wide. Then you'll also need two little 1 3/8 squares. For the base of the box, you'll need a piece that is 4 1/8 by 2 3/8. 4 1/8 by 2 3/8 helps if I measure it the right way around. And you'll also need two pieces that are 1 3/8 by 2 3/8. So you'll need those two. And then for the back, for your writing panel on this one, I've got a piece of coloured cardstock that measures 4 by 3 3/4, and then the vanilla that sits on top to write on is just a little bit smaller, so it's 3 7/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so that's all the pieces you'll need for basic box construction. Then how you go about decorating it is really up to you. I'll show you the scoring that you need to do here. So with the piece that's 4 1/8 by 11 3/4, you'll need to score along the long side at 1 1/2, 5 3/4, 7 1/4, and 11 1/2. Only gives you a little tiny tab here at the end, but that's the length of our cardstock. If you want to use a 12 by 12 sheet and cut it out to 12 inches and have a really wide end tab, that's certainly up to you, but it is manageable with our 11 3/4. Okay, so once you've done 1 1/2, 5 3/4, 7 1/4, and 11 1/2, you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and you're going to score once again at 1 1/2, all the way down. Trying to do that neatly. All right, so that's the scoring on that piece. Now, before you put your score tray away, you want to grab back out that little tiny 1 by 5 1/4 piece, and you're basically just going to score it at 1/2 inch on each end. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. All right, so that's all the scoring that you need to do. I'll bring the larger piece back in here. Now basically the cutting is similar to what you would do for the other card in the box design. You're just going to cut down on the short panel. So you've got a short section here and a long section here. You want to make all your cuts in this short section. This is this 1 1/2 inch wide piece. So you're just going to cut down all 4 score lines. Then when you go to the end here with this little tiny thin tab, you're just going to remove that top section, the section that's on the smaller edge, and I just angle those little tabs in. So I'll just show you. I just angle them in just a little bit so that they fit better. Now the next important thing is how you fold your score lines, or how you fold along your score lines. For this box, I don't fold this back panel. This line here, it gets scored but doesn't get folded. But for the vertical lines this way, you're going to go along and you're going to use a bone folder to push all of these like that, including this last little guy here. Now, as I said, you're not going to fold this one down. This is the back of your card, but then on the opposite way, you're going to turn it over and you're going to fold out these 3 flaps here. So the 3 that are at the opposite edge to this little tab here, okay? Then you're just going to put some double-sided tape on the end tab here. And then you're just going to stick your box together. So you're just going to roll it round. Okay, so that's the basic box together, and you'll see that you can push it sideways and it lays flat. Ta-da! Now, what you'll need is in here, you'll need an extra support structure. For the other style of card in a box, there was 2 internal support structures. I found this one really only can do with another support sort of layer in here to add. You could try and put 2 in, but it gets a little bit crowded. Now, the piece that was 1 inch by 5 1/4 that you scored on a half an inch on each end, you're just going to fold one way and one back the other. So you've got this kind of Z-shaped pattern here. You're going to put tape on the outside edges of those Zs. Starting with one end first, you're just going to attach one of the ends there. So you're just going to take the tape off one end and you're just going to attach this so that the top of your support sort of is the top of the edge of the box here, and the piece runs sort of relatively in the center of the box. Then you're going to come to this other end. Oh, helps if you push it down and it stays there. Okay, that's not going anywhere now. So then come to the other end and remove the other piece of tape. Make sure it's all tucked down, and then just stick that in the center at the other end. Now, I just want to make sure then that when you push, that your support closes down, and it's better to do it like that because then you know that it'll open and close, open and close, like that. Okay, so that's basically it. Then you're just going to add all your panels for decoration. So this front one, these ones here I've just embossed with a bit of square lattice. Now, this is the piece that measures 4 1/8 by 2 3/8. The 2 other pieces here measure 1 3/8 by 2 3/8. So the back panel here is 4 by 3 3/4, and you're going to stick on a 3 7/8 by 3 5/8 piece of plain cardstock for your writing panel. So just get centered and then placed on the back. Okay, so when you go to decorate the flaps, make sure you fold these ones down before you put on your pieces. Now you've got 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. Well, I have here that are 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. So they go on the front and the back. And lastly, you've got your 1 3/8 inch squares. So they go on the 2 sides. So basically that's it in a nutshell, guys. You're going to push those flaps up, lay them flat, and they will fit all in an envelope. Now the important thing to remember when you're decorating these, guys, is that you don't take any elements higher than the back pieces. It won't fit in the envelope, etc., etc. But you can take things a little bit wider on the sides, because when you lay it flat, you've got a bit of extra space there that it can be covered. You can't be wide on both edges, but one edge is fine. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make this video show you how I decorate this one, but I'm going to be using some elements from the Baby We've Grown little stamp set, just to do a few bits and pieces and make this a little welcome baby card. So there were pictures on my blog and at the end of the video of how the finished product turns out. If you've got any questions, just let me know, and I really hope you enjoy this alternate version of the card in the box. Thanks, guys.